Hey, what's going on, guys? Another knife review for you. This one's going to be on the Thug Balisong from Blade Ops. And this is the box you get it in. It's definitely plain. But you know what? Who really cares about the box? It's not an expensive knife, nor is it a collectible knife. It's basically just a way to ship it. So there's your plain old box. So here is the knife. Okay, a lot of people want to know what I think about it. What's the deal? Is it worth getting? First off, I'll say yes. If you have to go cheap, this is definitely a very good way to go. Okay, I'm going to be comparing this knife directly to the knife that it mimics. Here's an original Jaguar, the same skeletonized handles. Now this one is very long used and there's no latch anymore or anything, and it's pretty beat up. You can see all the paint kind of scuffled off there. But anyway, I'm going to be comparing it to that directly, as well as a Bear & Sons skeletonized knife here. Here's their trainer, because this also has the same pattern, okay, which is that elongated skeletonized handle. So first thing, again, people ask me, is it a good buy? Yes, I think it's a great buy. I've been playing with this a lot since I got it. I mean, a lot. I put down my Benchmade. My 51 is what I mostly flip these days. A lot of people ask me what happened with my 42. My Up Armored 42 was sold to a YouTube member, Bite Handle, here on YouTube. Check out his videos. He has great instructionals. In fact, he just put up a new instructional on the cherry picker, which is a very cool, intense move. But anyway, he purchased my Up Armored 42, and I had a plain 42 that was also traded out a while ago. So I currently do not own a Benchmade model 42. So I get that question all the time. Can you please sell me your 42? Everyone wants a 42. How many times can you even hear that? 42, 42, 42. It's a very cool knife. It's by far one of my favorite all-time production Balisongs, but they're drying up. It's hard to find. People are overpaying for them. It's just, it's crazy. But anyway, since you can't get a 42, or it's very hard to get a 42, and you don't want to hear the word 42 anymore, definitely check out the Thug model. What I found interesting when I first looked at Blade Ops site is that the Thug model they're selling for $29.99. Okay, and then the Jaguars, the genuine Jaguars, they're selling for $25. So when I first saw this on the website, I was thinking, because it's a replica of that knife, and of course, as I've mentioned before, even the Jaguars are replicas of an original Benchmade model. The part of the International series was also the same exact design. But I found it interesting that they're more expensive than the Jaguars. So a lot of people are asking me, is it worth the extra $5? And this is something I really wanted to play with a lot and really just kind of get a feel for it, to really give you a good answer on that. Is it worth the extra $5? Well, honestly, I think it is. The first thing I'll say is that as far as a knife being a user knife, if you're actually going to use the thing, this Balisong is definitely the sharpest cheapo Balisong I've ever gotten. Period. I've gotten a lot of different cheapos, and a lot of them come pretty sharp, especially for, the price it's worth. It comes very sharp, unlike a lot of folders. But this one is just razor sharp out of the box. The serrations do pose a problem, in my opinion, for flipping. If you do end up getting cut, it's going to be nastier with a serrated blade. Keep that in mind. But if this is something you could actually carry to use, if you can legally do so in your area, or you're just carrying around your house, it is very functional. Extremely sharp. As far as the construction, this is going to be one of the most important things, is the construction. The pins themselves are just as strong, if not stronger, than what you'd find in a Jaguar. Okay? Now you find the Jaguar, you see that the pins are flattened out on top a little bit more. They're mushroomed out. This one is very old, as I've mentioned. I don't even know when this one was made, but it's got some years on it for sure. But this has held up very well since. There's a lot of blade play in it, but it's not broken. For years of flipping, not broken is good. But the Thug one, just from playing with this a lot, and I mean I have probably 15 or 16 hours of use on this knife since I got it. Just flipping, trying new moves, trying my old stuff, doing routines. Sometimes, if I'm watching TV, I'll actually stand up, grab a Balisong, and start flipping while I'm watching. Or oftentimes, if I have to take breaks from the computer. I spend too much time staring at the computer screen, doing the whole YouTube thing, looking at emails, checking my bank statements, all that kind of stuff. So I'll break away, I'll put on some music, and just flip to it. And I've had a lack of Balisong videos in you know, recent times, but I am kind of getting back into flipping. It's just I have too many hobbies to do all of them all the time. But anyway, construction is very good. Fit and finish, I think, is good. The finish on the blade here, it's an even satin finish. Pretty much on par with the original Jaguars. Alright, it's nothing like super special, but it's actually pretty nice out of the box. As far as thickness, you'll notice that they're pretty much dead on with how they constructed this knife. It's an exact replica of the Jaguars. Alright, thickness is dead on. The Bear model here, I've mentioned in the past, is kind of like the Jaguars, but I've noticed that it is obviously a lot thinner. Okay, so just in flipping it before, you can really tell the difference. The channel is thinner, the handles are thinner. Overall, it's a different feel entirely. So I just want to compare it there in case anyone had a Jaguar. Now, it doesn't matter if this is a trainer or not. Excuse me, a Bear & Sons, not Jaguar. This is the trainer model, but the other Bear & Son models that Blade Ops offers will be the same. They will be thinner, okay, in profile. I'm going to weigh these just to see how much they exactly weigh. I mean, according to my scale. It is known as the Thug Heavyweight, and yes, it is a heavyweight, as is the original Jaguars as well. So let me stand up here. We're on 0. Here's the Thug. And I'm getting 6.41 ounces. Let's try it again, make sure we're consistent here. And we're not. Now I'm getting 6.5. Try it a third time, we'll get an average here. Alright, we'll say between 6.4 and 6.5 ounces. 6.5 ounces is, well, I'm getting pretty steady 6.5 now. So that is not a lightweight. That is a very heavy Balisong. And here's the Jaguar. 6.1. 6.1. And can I get a 6.1? Hallelujah. Alright, so right off the bat, even though they're very similar design, this is even heavier than the Jaguar. So if nothing else at all, your extra $5 is buying yourself, I don't know, 0.4 more ounces of knife. So if you want to look at it that way. Honestly, you know, at the end of the day, they're both extremely, extremely similar. I have a lot of years on flipping Balisongs, particularly cheaper models. So I can tell you that the Jaguars will hold up, and that's always been my go-to suggestion or recommendation for a cheap Balisong. But that being said, I have to say that the Thug is definitely on par. Is it really worth the extra $5? I think so, because it comes even sharper from the factory. A lot of the Jaguars I've had have been somewhat on the dull side, and this could be subjective, you know, depending on where I've specifically gotten them. It's not to say that if you get one from, you know, Blade Ops, or if you get one from another website, that they'll be dull. It's just my personal experience. But I think that overall, it's built just as good, if not better. Whether you want to spend the extra $5 and get this model over a Jaguar, that's really up to you. I can't give you a definite answer on that. I think yes, but you know, like I said, it's subjective to my personal experience. Overall, it's a fantastic knife. As far as flipping, a heavier Balisong will be harder to flip, but I think it's a great first Balisong if you can't spend a lot of money, because when you go from a heavy Balisong to a light Balisong, like let's say you train with this for a while, and then you get yourself a very nice high production Balisong, some kind of Benchmade model, or I don't know, something similar. It's easier to transition from heavy to light. It's much harder to get used to learning on a light one and then go to a heavy one. So if you have to pick light or heavy, I would definitely pick heavy, you know, 7 days out of the week, because it's going to be a better trainer for you. When you mess up, it'll definitely hurt more. You know, that's something to consider too. If you flip this around and you get that blade with the extra weight of the handles coming down, you're going to get more damage. Even if you're not getting cut, even if you're doing ricochets, you know, and this is constantly banging on your knuckles. Okay, the extra weight of this knife is definitely going to hurt more. But you know what? It just gives you a better training experience. You know, when you screw up, it's going to hurt, and you're not going to want to screw up again. So you're going to be more focused on getting it right. Anyway, I absolutely love it. I would highly recommend it for a first Balisong if you really just do not have a lot of money to spend. So it is a great pick. Anyway, thanks for watching. I always appreciate your views, your comments, opinions. You know, please post below. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Take care.